Hello there guys, and welcome to today's edition of Star Wars Comics. Today we continue Yoda's Secret War to Part 2, an arc within the Star Wars comic series that started back in 2015. Thank you to all who are tuned in, and if you enjoy these videos, please leave a like and share this video. Helps the channel out a lot, and with that said, let's get this video started. In a journal left by Obi-Wan, we saw how Luke picked up on a story, telling of a powerful Jedi that managed to free a Force-sensitive child and take down a room full of pirates in a flash. Unbeknownst to Luke at this time, it was in fact Master Yoda. However, during that same time, Yoda had felt a mysterious calling in the Force, something that he needed to investigate personally. After a deep search, he came upon the planet that was causing this disturbance. Upon landing, he encountered something unexpected. Children soldiers. The Jedi assured all of them that he meant them no harm. The children didn't want him here, calling the Jedi Master a weird little frog. Yoda told him to not judge him by his size. Even though they are children and small in size, they are still warriors, no matter what age. He went on to ask them where are their parents. One of them shouted the mountain. The other shouted don't tell him nothing. It could be a trick from the rock hawkers. They still didn't believe Yoda. He was a little monster, unwelcomed in this area. Yoda evaded the spear. However, for some reason, it was hard for him to control it through the Force. The stone felt alive. Seeing weakness, the children attacked immediately with all of their might, but Yoda knew all too well how to defend himself through the Force. He had done so many times before. He apologized to the children. He should explain himself. Yoda presented himself as a teacher who is eager to learn. He went on to tell them that he is not of this world, that he felt a calling from very far away. At that time, the children were shocked. He came from the sky. He had heard the sky scream. The children called him the Deliverer. They asked for forgiveness. Immediately, they went on to take Yoda to their home. In fact, they were eager themselves to show the Jedi Master why exactly he was here. It was because of the sky screamers. They would scream across the sky with their minds as loud as they could. They screamed for help. And that is why Yoda is here. This is all they had left of the Great Mountain. The rock hawkers only are interested in war and chip away of the stone just to survive. The child explains to Yoda that pretty soon they will have nothing but dust. And on that day, without the power of these stones, they would die. Yoda was peculiar. He had never seen something like this. The Force was very strong, emanating from the stone. He went on to ask, where is this mountain? They went on to tell him the story of how all the people of that world once lived together in the shadow of an entire range of beautiful blue mountains. And from the stone of those mystical spires, the people drew the energy of life. They drew great power. You might say a variation of Force sensitives. However, soon they became greedy, wanted more power from the stones and for themselves. Divisions grew. Real factions were born. In the war that followed, entire mountains were destroyed or drained of their power. Since the rock hawkers won, they controlled every aspect of the mountains, and they were in control of this last mountain. The other side was banished to the mud fields. As time went by, these mud dwellers began to lose their powers. The child went on to explain to Yoda that once they lost the war, they were coming dangerously close to extinction. No more stone power was left. All they had left was pebbles of this blue stone. Right afterwards, they presented Yoda to a rock hawker's scout. They had captured him near the mudslide falls. The scout was arrogant. It would take more than this puny little monster to scare him. Yoda recognized that he is lying. There is much fear in you, he said, but not of them or of me, but fear of the mountain. Why does he fear the mountain? The scout immediately recognized that he was not from around these parts. He would soon realize why he was not afraid yet. Screaming, one of the children had had enough. He wanted to kill this scout once and for all. No, he wouldn't be allowed. One of his brothers in arms would not allow them to stoop to their level. As soon as the fight began, Yoda started feeling again the disturbance. When the stones would touch, Yoda would immediately feel a disturbance in the Force. Yoda had had enough. He picked them through the Force and separated them. He went on to instruct all of them that they must let go of their anger. They must let go of their fear. What they must do is trust in this great and mysterious force, as did he. However, he had one favor to ask of them. He asked the children to release the scout. Only in this way would the scout be able to send him to where Yoda actually wanted to be, find answers once and for all. They had reached the shadow of the mountain. A spear is thrown before Yoda, mockingly asking him where does he think he is going. Yoda simply said that he is seeking the mountain. He seeks to talk with who actually controls it. He had brought one of their own as a gesture of goodwill, as a gesture of peace. But there was no peace with the Rockhawkers. There was only death. Astonished, Yoda again sees that even the Rockhawkers are children. In fact, here in the shadows of the mountains, only the young survive. They started throwing stones at Yoda. The Jedi Master tried desperately flinging them through the Force, but to no avail. One would hit him square in the head. He was trying by any means to get up. As the children approached him, he said he will not fight them. The children hated how he talked. Let's make him stop. They slowly woke him up. As Yoda opened his eyes, he found himself in chains. Chains that were built from the mysterious blue stone, rendering him powerless. He couldn't use a single ounce of the Force. They ordered him to go into the cave. To find it, Yoda was puzzled. Finding what? The children would send Yoda to find the heart of the mountain. Yoda felt weak. As Obi-Wan put it, he was the most powerful Jedi Master he had ever known, but on that day, he had never felt so weak. Yoda had never felt so small. So with that, we end today's issue, but with the next issue coming up, we see Yoda climbing up the mountain, trying to survive by any means and trying to find this cave that the children are talking about. But that's it for today. This is where this issue ends. The next issue will come to you guys tomorrow, so stay tuned until then, and thank you so much for stopping by the channel and tuning in. Hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like and a comment down below. I truly appreciate all of your support, my friends, and before you go, may the Force be with you always.